Good morning. Looks like we got it going. Yes, there we go. Okay, have you ever felt like getting healthy or losing weight is way harder than it should be? Like you're doing all the right things, eating better, trying to move more, following the plan, and yet somehow it's still just not enough. It's not working. Yeah, I've been there too. So I was at the hospital this morning. They had a employee benefits health fair, insurance kind of fair thing. And I was talking to a couple women who were both having some type of struggle with their health. It seemed like mostly hormonal inflammation type things. And you know what was wild? All three of us had very similar stories. We'd all been searching for help for so long. We've had doctors not listen, brush us off, or make us feel like we were exaggerating when what we were going through. One woman said she had just started hormone replacement therapy and couldn't believe the difference. She's finally sleeping, feeling human again. Another had talked about inflammation coming down. I told them I've been feeling some of the same things, my sleep, my mood, even my emotions. I was like, I haven't even cried for a whole week. All so much more stable now that I'm finally addressing what was really going on. And I'm a coach. I do a lot of things to help my mood and my emotions. And yet I was still having that crying session quite often. So here's what struck me: it shouldn't be this hard to get help. It shouldn't be this hard to feel good in your body. And honestly, that's exactly how weight loss feels for so many women, too. Every diet, every quick fix, every new plan, they all promise to finally work, but end up leaving you frustrated, deprived, and even more disconnected from your body. So, when I was talking with a different woman earlier this week, I was explaining, I just talk a lot, don't I? I was talking to her and I was explaining what exactly I do as a coach. When you hear that I help people with weight loss, they're like, oh, and then they want to know the diet. They want to know how that works. And so I told her I help women lose weight by getting really good at a few simple healthy habits because we don't need another diet. I help with things like drinking enough water and getting enough sleep, eating what you love, but just enough and only when you're physically hungry. It almost sounds silly, right? Like what is this? That is that it? That's all? But what I really help with is making that truly be enough. So, because diet culture has totally jacked up our brains, we've been taught that it has to be complicated or extreme to work. We think, well, I let myself go, so I should have to fix it. I did this to myself, so we make it feel like a punishment, like we have to earn feeling good again. But here's the truth: you don't have to suffer your way to better health. You don't have to punish yourself into progress. We don't need another miracle science breakthrough or trend or diet to tell us how to take care of our bodies. Let's just start with what we already know. Let's get good at the basics: water, sleep, eating for hunger, stopping at enough. Let's not complicate it because honestly, the simpler it is, the more likely you are going to stick with it. So that's how we start managing the diet mentality. We first start with building really healthy habits. And then guess what? Right when we start getting that under our belt, life happens. And that's where food usually steps in for us. When we're stressed, lonely, bored, worried, exhausted, food becomes our comfort tool. And it's not really solving the problem, right? It just gives temporary relief, a distraction. While everything we're avoiding, it's still sitting there, just right under the surface waiting for us. I had heard this analogy a long time ago. Avoiding what's really going on is like taking a giant inflatable beach ball and trying to push it under the water in a swimming pool. It's going to keep popping back up. You can hold it under for a while, but it keeps popping back up. And so that's exactly what this has been for us when we are eating instead of dealing with what's going on. So that's where coaching changes everything. We slow it all down. Slow it down, girl. We look at what's really going on underneath the cravings or the emotional eating, and we start learning how to comfort ourselves without needing food to do it for us. We lower the temperature. We lower all that anxious energy so you can actually deal with what's happening and feel proud of how you handled it. So, if you've been feeling ignored by doctors or overwhelmed by all the diet noise, I just want you to know you're not alone. You're not lazy. You're not broken. You've just been taught the wrong way for too long. Let's put some hope back in yourself. Let's put that confidence back in your ability to take care of you. You take care of everyone else. You can take care of you too. Let me help support you. So it's time to make this simple again, to make it doable, to make it sustainable. Weight loss doesn't have to feel hard, and it shouldn't. If you're ready for a fresh start, I've got something for you. I've been doing podcasts every week. I do Facebook Lives every week. I love this. I created this. It's called the Road. It's a free roadblocks guide. It walks you through 5 of the most common things that make weight loss harder than it needs to be. And it has accompanying podcast episodes. So each one comes with a short podcast episode where I talk through how to fix it in real life. I think I talk about the 5 most common things. And then each one of those has a podcast to go with it. You can grab it for free at coachingkara.com/roadblocks. And I want to say that you'll just start there. You'll see how doable this can be. So you can lose weight without losing your mind doing it. So if this message hits home for you, tell me in the comments or send me a message. You don't have to keep figuring this out alone. I want to help. I want to make it simple so that you can start feeling good again. I spoke this morning to one of those ladies, and she says that she has been listening to so many, or all, I think is what she said, of my videos. So, Laura, if you hear this one, this is your shout out. Thanks for listening. But here's the thing, she's never messaged me. She has never put a comment on anything or told me that she's listening until just now. And I've been doing this for 4 years. So, if you are one of those people who are out there listening and you're getting something from it, or you have a question, or you just want to tell me what you've been doing, let me be excited with you. Let me support you. Let me help you. And put a message, a comment, anything. Let me know how it's going, what you're doing, where your struggles are. If nothing else, I can just give you an atta girl, or I could create a whole nother lesson just on that, which is what happened today. I threw everything I'd planned out the window after going to the health fair, and I thought, this is what I'd rather talk about. It should not be this hard. So I am going to run for this week, but I will see you next time, and you have a great week. Bye.